Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Manaf and my fellow friends. We are from Entada Spiralis group. We're presenting about strategy audit report of PADINI Holdings Berhad. First of all, I would like to introduce my team members, Nur Alfin dan Ciha, Nur Khalida, Nik Nurin Atira, Nurul Atikah, and myself Suzanawati. My name is Suzanawati binti Makzai and my matric number is 270279. Today I will be presenting about the company profile of PADINI Holdings Berhad. Generally, we know that PADINI is a well-known brand in the fashion industry. PADINI was began in the retail industry where the company was operates in manufacturing, trades and supplies clothing to the retailers and wholesalers. The expansion of PADINI Holding in the industry had transferred the company to the main board of KLCI Bursa Malaysia on 2005. Nowadays, PADINI Holding is well-known in Malaysia textile and garment industry, whereas the company had 9 fashion labels such as PDI, SIG, PADINI, Miki and a few more labels. PADINI also had over 140 outlets in Malaysia and a few markets around the world. PADINI became a chosen fashion store among their customers because they produce the products including all the age level, gender and professions to attract the customers to buy or to purchase their products in their stores. Okay, next is mission of PADINI company to exceed customers' expectation and our brand promise. PADINI has motivated to set the highest standard in design, customer services, innovation, branding and quality to be a worldwide leader in the fashion and retail industry. As we know that customers have their own high expectation of the products before they purchase it. Especially the products are friendly fashion, affordable, suitable and latest trend for them. To achieve the mission, PADINI always learn about the new fashion as soon as possible and apply to their products. To be the best fashion company ever is the vision of company. All the PADINI brands may preserve their own unique brand identities while benefiting from the company vision and strategy. PADINI always looking for the opportunities because they are willing to face the challenges as well as their goal to go above and beyond of what their brands have promised to their customers. PADINI always come up with strategies required such as forward planning, teamwork, innovation, consistent execution, resources and infrastructure development to achieve the company vision. However, to achieve the vision of company, PADINI are always aware of their customers' expectation, comments, and feedback of their products, and they are enhance their productivity of the products as required from the customers.
My name is Nik Nurin Atira binti Nik Faizul with matric number 273031. So I will continue our group presentation with strategic issue. Okay, so for the first one is inflationary pressure. The rate that increased from negative 1.2 to 2.5 due to the MCO directly affect the consumer economy, which will make them slower and lower in spending, especially in the fashion industry as they more focus on essential things. So this is because the cost of living is increasing, but their level of income remain the same. Other than that, it also affects the price of the raw materials. So due to the weakening of Malaysia ringgit compared to the Chinese currency, it has become a challenge for PADINI in terms of price of raw materials, shipping costs, since their main raw materials import from China. Okay, for the second one is COVID-19 pandemic. So as we know that the government has established lockdown in certain period and it caused many shop and supermarket close. So it gave a very significant impact on sales revenue, and it also happened to PADINI. So PADINI sales has been slowed down and total of 11 stores, which include 2 PADINI concept stores, 6 brand outlet store and 3 freestanding store has been closed. So other than that, supply chain also disrupted and PADINI has experienced shipping delays due to the lockdown at China. So in order to avoid the shortage of stock for the year 2023, PADINI target to increase the inventory turnover to average of 3.5 per month. Okay, for the third one is labor shortage. So in 2022, the number of PADINI staff has been dropped to 3,500 compared to the pre-pandemic period when PADINI had about 5,000 staff, and it happened at both headquarters and retail stores. So the low salary and incentive costs to the staff also affect the lower salary, lower selling and distribution costs. So furthermore, one of the PADINI's plan is actually to open 5 new stores in 2023. So because of that, PADINI need to hire the new staff as quickly as they can in order to ensure their new employees have receive a sufficient and effective training, as we know that training is very important for them to develop all necessary skills in order to get or in order to enhance the sales productivity. So in the next 12 months, PADINI aim to increase the number of staff to 3,500. Okay, for the fourth one is change in shopping behavior. So people are getting used to online shopping since lockdown happened. In 2021, it is recorded that 80% of the population in Malaysia is active internet users. So Malaysia is also to be said that have attractive market for e-commerce in Southeast Asia. So the increase and growth in the use of e-commerce among the consumer also increasingly changing the consumer usage pattern. With the e-commerce digital technology, since consumers have more options, so they can easily to switch to the other brand. So in order to increase the customer loyalty, PADINI take a serious concern on their online business to meet the customer need, maximize the satisfaction, and also to spread the brand awareness, as PADINI think that it is important for them to balance between the importance of reaching the existing customer and also to attract the new potential customer. Okay, last but not least is fashion retail waste problem. So the textile industry is one of the largest or biggest contributor to the landfill waste. As nowadays, the concept for fashion industry is fast fashion. It will actually increase the use of synthetic material that take a very long time to decompose, and we can consider it as bad as plastic waste. So this will harm the greenhouse and also will lead to the global warming. So other than that, it also contribute to the water pollution and acid rain because of the dyes and chemical in the fabric. So PADINI is said to be lacking, especially in the long-term strategy, because only a few details has been touched on how the initiative was taken by the companies in an effort to reduce the waste. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuratika binti Habibdin. My matric number is 273774. Okay, next, I'm going to continue to presenting about the financial analysis for the year of 2020, 2021, and 2022. Okay, ratio analysis is an accounting method that uses financial statements such as balance sheet and income statement to gain insight into the financial health of a company. Ratio analysis can assist in determining various aspects of an organization such as profitability, liquidity, and market value. Okay, next, I will explain about the profitability ratio. The first ratio is net profit margin, which calculates the net income as a percentage of revenue received. As we can see in the graph, the net profit margin is fell from 5.0981% in 2020 to 4.7907% in 2021 before it reached to 10.1856% in 2022. Following that, the second ratio is return on asset, which shows how profitable a company is in comparison to its total asset. This ratio analysis may reveal how well a company uses its asset to generate profit. Okay, return on asset is decreasing from 2020 to 2021, but it raised in 2022. The increase in return on asset for PADINI demonstrate that how it is becoming more efficient and productive in managing its balance sheets in order to generate more profit for the company. Next is about the return on equity ratio, which used to measure a company management efficiency in generating income and growth from its equity. Return on equity for PADINI fell from 2020 to 2021 before it raised in 2022. This trend could be influenced by the global economic performance following and preceding COVID-19. Okay, last is about the earning per share ratio, which used to assess a company's profitability. As we can see in the graph, the ratio for PADINI in 2022 is higher than 2020 and 2022, which indicates that the company will be more efficient in using its capital to generate more income, and will be a better company all else being equal. Earning manipulation, which can affect the quality of the earning numbers, should also be avoided by the investor. Next is about the liquidity ratio. As shown in the graph, the current ratio for 2021 is higher than the current ratio for 2020 and 2022. The current ratio demonstrates that the company's ability to meet its short-term debt obligations. The current ratio also shows whether the company has enough cash to pay for its debts for the coming year. Aside from that, the current ratio depicts a company's ability to convert its product into cash or the efficiency of its operating cycle. Next is about the quick ratio, which follow the same pattern with a higher ratio in 2022 compared to 2020 and 2021. It represents a percentage of organization's ability to meet transaction commitments using its most liquid resource. The quick ratio is thought to indicate that the company's financial strength or weakness, which it describes the company's short-term liquidity. The ratio informs the creditor of how much short-term debts that the company can pay by quickly sell all of its liquid assets. So, when the quick ratio is higher, the company's position will be improved.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Atin Najib Abidin. My metric number is 72856. So I will continue to present the part of financial analysis and the SWOT analysis. For the continuance of the financial analysis that my friends have told to you, I will cover the part of operating efficiency ratio and leverage ratio. So for the operating efficiency ratio, the ratio that we have took to analyze the performance of PADINI is two ratio, which is inventory turnover and asset turnover. First, I will explain about the inventory turnover ratio. Basically, inventory turnover ratio is the ratio that used to analyze how PADINIs can measure the efficiency of using their assets. If the ratio is smallest or lower, it can give a good impact to PADINI because it is beneficial during the periods of, let's say, inflation or the supply chain disruptions. So, as we can see in the graph, we can see that in 2021, they have a smallest ratio compared to 2020 and 2022. So, we can conclude that in 2021, PADINI has effectively used the asset. So, it is because, as you can see in the table below after the graph, we can see that COGS in 2021 is more smallest compared to 2020 and 2020. It also shows that the inventory also the highest. So, as the law of accountants, if the COGS is increased, the net income will decrease. While if the COGS, which is the cost of goods sold, is decreased, the net income will increase. So in this year 2021, we can see that the net income of PADINI is good because the COGS in that time is smallest compared to 2020 and 2022. Is the asset turnover ratio. The asset turnover ratio is the ratio that we use to analyze the abilities of the PADINI to use their assets efficiently to generate the income. So we use this analysis to figure out which year have slow sales or have outdated inventory. So in 2021, there is a decrease in the ratio, and it shows PADINI has a lot of obsolete inventory. So for the law of accountant, if the ratio is increased, the efficiency to generate the revenue used the asset is good. So the higher the asset turnover ratio, the better company is performing, since higher ratio implies that the company is generating more revenue. The next type of the financial analysis is the leverage ratio. In this leverage ratio, we use only one ratio, which is the debt ratio, to analyze the performance of the PADINI. So the debt ratio is used to analyze the proportion of a PADINI's asset that are financed by debt. If the ratio is higher than 1, it is considered a company asset funded by debt, which means their liabilities are more than assets. So, in this situation, if they have a lot of liability and in terms of assets, it can be risk to the companies because if the interest rate is increased, that the Padinis have invested. So, if the ratio is below than 1, it shows that they have a lot of asset compared to their liability. So, it is good for the Padini if they have in this situation. So, as we can see in the diagram, in the graph, we can see that in the 2020, 2021, and 2022, they have a ratio that below than 1. So it's good for the Padini because it means that Padini have a lot of asset more than liability. So it shows that Padini can control their debt and they can generate more asset compared to generate more liability. So this is the good performance for Padini because in the COVID-19 phase, they can still have a good debt. Next, I will present about the SWOT analysis of Padini. So for the internal part, which is the strength and weakness, so I will touch into the strength of the Padini first. So the first strength is the leading brand in Malaysia. In Malaysia, Padini is a well-known brand. There is a wide variety of styles and prices available from the brands that Padini sells. The product is suitable for all types of customers as it is both stylish and neutral. The second strength for Padini is the lots of retail locations. As we know, the Padini Holdings Berhad has 330 retail locations worldwide, including in Malaysia. During the fiscal year, there were no new store openings nor store closures. The remaining stores are spread across the Peninsula Malaysia, except for 6 Padini concept stores and 6 brands outlet stores. For the third strength is the leading the market. Okay, Padini is a well-known Malaysian brand that has been existent since 1971. It strategically placed warehouses and factories ensure a large market presence in Malaysia. To attract the customers, the Padini brand must use aggressive strategies such as opening additional stores. For the fourth strength is Padini is promising the quality. Padini makes it a priority to improve the quality of their products for both their own brand and the in-house brands that fall under their umbrella. They want to be the fashion and retail industry global leader with the highest design, quality, customer service, branding, and innovation standards. And lastly, for the fifth strength is the product for people of all age. They ensure that their product is suitable for consumers of all ages through their in-house brands. This is because they would struggle to compete with other fashion retailers if they did not offer clothing for all ages. So let's move on to weaknesses of Padini Holdings Berhad. So the first weaknesses that we identified is the unstable profit. Why I say unstable profit? So let me explain. The profits in the retail industry is fluctuate. The season affects the customers. During the festival season, profits in Malaysia will be at the highest. Padini's profit will rise quickly at that time and it will fall dramatically at the end of the holiday season. For instance, during the Chinese New Year celebration, a lot of people will come to the shop, so the net income of Padini will increase. So for the next weaknesses is low investment in customer-focused service. Padini, the Italian clothing manufacturer, has said it must increase in investment in research and development, particularly in applications that focus on customer service. The third weaknesses is business model is easy to copy. The competitors in the retail industry can easily copy Padini's business model. Company names must develop a platform model that can integrate end users, suppliers, and vendors to overcome these obstacles. For the last weaknesses is local monopolies and niche markets. Companies like Padini that are able to take advantage of niche markets and local monopolies are quickly disappearing. Padini's push for a customer network is becoming less and less effective. We move on for the external part of the SWOT analysis. First is the opportunities. So the first opportunities for Padini is Padini can expand their business. Why I said that? Because Padini's overseas operation are relatively small in comparison to the domestic operation. The company will keep an eye on foreign markets for ways to expand its presence in Asia. Padini Holdings Berhad's growth and income will greatly benefit from the chance to grow the business. For the second opportunity is give priority to local businesses. Putting local cooperation first, this is due to the fact that Padini can benefit from growth opportunities in the international market by collaborating with local players. Padini can bring global process and execution expertise to the table, whereas local players have local expertise. The third opportunity is the open small branches. If the economy improves, Padini will have the opportunity to open additional branches that serve both local and global markets. For the fourth opportunity is makes more money. The Padini can take advantage of opportunities and address unanticipated market challenge with maintaining a good balance between growth and stability. For the fifth opportunity is the customers are shifting their preference toward products that cost more. So Padini may benefit from the growing trend of customers switching to the higher end of products. The company has strong brand high collection in the premium market, and customers in the lower market have experienced excellent customer service from PADINI brands. It may also have a charge to boost profitability as a result. The second part of the external of the SWOT analysis is threat. The first threat towards the PADINI is the new entrant. This new entrant, in other words, is the other company come to the market. So, for the new entrants that pose a major threat to the retail industry, the fashion retail industry is highly competitive due to the changing customer preferences and evolving profession. It will be a threat to PADINI's position as a retail company in the fashion industry that offers a wide range of brands for all age groups. For the second threat towards the PADINI is they have a more competition. This is because the fashion retail industry in Malaysia is a very competitive, such as Giordano, Esprit, Levi's, Zara, and Guess are major players in this market. So PADINI having a huge of more competitors in aspect to sustain in the market. So for the third trend is no celebrity endorsement. The appointment of celebrity endorsers is becoming increasingly common in Malaysia. This trend is tough to be in line with the increased competition in business that market common products. If there is no celebrity endorsement for PADINI, it will become a threat in sustaining their brands. And lastly, for the fourth trend is increasing technological proficiency. In emerging markets, particularly China, the framework for intellectual property right is not particularly robust. PADINI faces the greatest threat of losing its intellectual property if it joins forces with local export market players.
Okay, next, I'm going to explain about the TOS analysis, which is the first strategy is SO strategy. I used to combine the strategy tree with the opportunities tree, which using the market leader power to open more branch. PADINI, as the clothing industry's market leader, has significant power and opportunity to open more branch in order to attract customers' attention. They can improve their financial performance and make their business more stable in the event of new market entrance. The second strategy, I used to combine the strategy 4 with the opportunities 4, which is making promise about the product quality in order to make more money. PADINI promised to provide their clients with a best quality and brands in order for them to make more money, which result in a better and more consistent company sales performance. PADINI can gain customer loyalty and consistently engage those customers with their brand if they promise for the product quality. The second strategy is WO strategy, which I used to combine the weaknesses 1 with the opportunities 4, which is makes more money to compensate for the unstable profit. Profit in the retail industry is fluctuate, so PADINI can make more money to compensate for the unstable profit. This strategy can help PADINI to capitalize on their opportunities to protect them from their weaknesses. The third strategy is ST strategy, which is I used to combine the strategy 1 with threat 3. Which is even though there is no celebrity endorsement, but they still manage to be the leader of brand in Malaysia. Despite the lack of celebrity endorsement, PADINI continues to remain Malaysia's leading brand. This demonstrates that PADINI ability to mitigate their business risk through the use of their own brand. So PADINI must create new strategies to fortify their brands and prepare for the potential business threats. The second strategy is I used to combine strategy 3 with threat 2, which is even they have more competition but they manage to lead the market. Despite stiff competition from Giordano, Levi's, Esprit, Zara and Guess, PADINI continues to maintain their market leadership. This demonstrates that PADINI's business trying to mitigate their threats. So, in order to maintain their position as the market leader in the clothing industry, PADINI should increase their market share. Okay, the last strategy is WT strategy, which is I used to combine the weaknesses 2 with threats 2, which is increased investment in R&D, particularly in applications that focus on customer service to reduce the competition. So, in order for PADINI to reduce the competition, PADINI could significantly increase the R&D investment, particularly in customer service application. PADINI could reduce its weaknesses using this strategy in order to avoid their business threats. So, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Nakalida Mitikasti. My number matric is 274114. So I will explain about 3 recommended strategy. First is match and equation strategy. The strategy recommended to PADINI Holdings Berhad, it was given to advise to how to increase profit of minimum potential loss. In these plans, the strength of leading the market and the ability to make more money, combining and pursuing the process with a cooperation equity, dispose or merge with other cooperation with the aim of gaining a competitive advantage in a certain market and rapidly expanding cooperation within the market is called a strategy, like stock, financial head, danger the company, and possibility that may occur as a result of market circumstance. For example, China's government has always actively to court foreign direct investment by offering a number of benefits to its international business counterpart. PADINI tend to gain substantially from the current economy climate. The high inflation rate in Chinese market, however, is something that PADINI should pay special attention to. Secondly is strategic entrepreneurship. The strategic strategy recommended to PADINI also is to improve the brand and product and strategy in business. This strategy is focused on the strength of promising quality product and open more branch. Strategic entrepreneurship promote creativity, rivalry, employment, and economic expansion. Second, innovation led to improve the company was offering and so both earning to gaining this edge over rival might have their business thrive over the long haul. PADINI, for the example, PADINI has a great possibility to profit from Chinese local manufacturing. PADINI is also able of product all of its apparel line in Italy, because doing so allow it to at the advantage of tech breaks for manufacturing and access to low cost labor and raw material. The third strategy is recommended to PADINI is business level strategy. The purpose of the strategy presented to PADINI is to improve the company's standing in the market where the business unit work and to increase the value it forward to customer. This strategy is focused on the strength of lot of retail location and expand the business. Strategy at the business level analysis the dynamic of competition between companies in a given market. Executive determine in of a competitive advantage team from low price and unique selling proposition, and whether the company was operation the tailored to serve a wide or niche customer base, all of which inform the company was strategic for their choice. For example, PADINI has a big possibility if it can access the platform and shop in China, like in China, where there will over 710 million online customer by 2020. PADINI must remember, however, that China will likely be their primary language of interaction. That was from me. From 3 recommendation strategy, we had just one strategy as our best strategy, which is business level strategy. Business level strategy can be implemented to gain the competitive advantage and create a customer value in a specific market. Business level strategy can be implemented to improve the weakness and of the company. For the example, from the SWOT analysis, the weakness that faced by company with its business model is easy to copy by competitors. To overcome the weakness, leadership or manager of the company play the important role in set instead of action to produce the product different from other competitors. However, this strategy also improve the investment of company and increasing the product to the market. Incoming of the investment from the investor can influence company was performance in a good condition. Besides that, business level strategy also can overcome the threat of external environment such as new entrant in industry. They are willing to accept less average return because they want to attract the customer to their company or store. With a loyal customer of PADINI can ensure the company will perform in a good condition. Leadership of company need to overcome the unique of product, different product from other competitors. That's all from me.
That's all from our group. Thank you.